Dear brothers and sisters, today I am sharing the wisdom of a verse from Surah Nahl of the Quran. I promise, the wisdom of this Quranic verse will make you rethink everything in life. Let's get started. Allah has commanded people in Surah Nahl, O people, do not accept two lords for obedience. God is only one, so fear me. Everything in the heavens and the earth belongs to Him. It is the duty of man to obey the rules of life. Here Allah has commanded not to accept two lords. Only one accepts God and asks Him to do His work. And to serve that one Lord is to worship Him, or to be under Him, or to live one's whole life according to His will and direction. In every aspect of life, in every action, in every thought, in consciousness. Now, how people are worshipping two gods without their knowledge? They have never thought about this until today. People accept Allah as their Lord with their mouths, but they do every action according to the instructions of their inner Khannas. There are two types of instructions that come from within man in every action. One is from Allah, two are from Satan. All good thoughts, good deeds, good words from within people come from Allah, and all bad thoughts, bad words, bad deeds come from their inner Khannas. People who do more and more evil deeds. A demonic entity awakens within him, but his relationship with Rob was ruined. And those who do all actions only according to the guidance of Allah. However, the spirit given by Allah awakens within them. Then God's communication with them is permanent. That is what is called Aqimus Salat in Arabic, the meaning of which is to establish communication with God. And those who are in constant contact with their own Lord, He hears and responds to all their words, and their prayers are answered by their Lord. Allah immediately answered the call of the people who were free from cancer. That is why Allah said, "You call me alone. I will reply immediately." Only then are people alone when they can banish the Khannas from within themselves, because they become free from Khannas. If he calls out to Allah alone and banishes the evil from within himself, Allah will immediately answer his call. No matter how many people call Allah in the state of Khannas, Allah will never answer their call. No matter how much people worship with Khannas in their hearts, they have nothing to do with Allah. Their relationship is only with Satan, and they never understand it. Man will obey anyone. He will obey Allah according to the direction of his inner soul, otherwise as dictated by his own inner Khannas. There is no other action outside this traditional rule. And in Surah Maryam, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying to his father, "O my father, the knowledge of God that has come to me, the main word of that knowledge is, do not be a friend of Satan or Khannas. Because Satan or Khannas are disobedient to Allah, the most merciful. O my father, I am afraid that if you become a friend of Satan, some punishment from the most merciful Allah Ta'ala will touch you. And as a result, you will become a companion of Satan or Khannas in hell. But the people of our present society do prayers, fasting, hajj and zakat as worship to Allah. On the other hand, as Satan's worship, all satanic activities do. They tell lies in words, adulterate food, lose weight, deceive people. People behave well in front of each other. When they go back, they criticize each other, take usury, take bribes, oppress, and keep company with oppressors. Justice does not judge. Gives false witness against others, deceives one another, does not keep his word. Enviously, they set fire to each other's establishments. Enviously, they kill all the fishes by poisoning each other's ponds, destroy the crops of others' land, secret murder, rape, looting. All the above-mentioned evils are fired according to the instructions received from their inner Khannas. That is, what is called worshipping the Khannas, or the devil within oneself. They unknowingly accepted two gods as their Lord. They accept Allah with their mouths and do the work of Satan or Khannas in their hearts. In today's society, maximum 2% of people worship only one God, those who choose only Allah as their Lord. They don't do anything other than Allah's command and prohibition. These are the Oli of Allah, or Allah Wala, meaning with whom Allah is. They are called believers in the Quran, and Allah says the believers have no fear. They don't have to worry. Now the thing to think about is that with the believer who lives with Rabbul Alamin himself, who is that believer? Who is called Momin? Our Arabic Maulanas call another word of the Quran, Amanu Momin, and the word Momin is also Momin. But Allah says he is with the believer, but he lived with Amanu. He did not say this word or this word. So the meaning of two words, Amanu and Momin, are never the same. There are many differences in the meaning of the two words. But why our Maulanas give the same meaning to the two words? M question to the nation. The problem with making the two words have the same meaning is that common people cannot recognize which believer Allah dwells with and which believer Satan or Khannas wakes up with. They think of them all as the same. And maximum 2% people will be available. Those who worship only Satan or Khannas, acts of Satan or Khanna, God has nothing to do with them, and the remaining 96% of people have chosen both Allah and Satan as their Lord. They pray, fast, hajj, zakat for the sake of Allah, and all the evil deeds mentioned above are done for Satan or Khannas. They unknowingly accepted two lords as their Lord. That is why God says in the Quran that there is only one God. Everything in the heavens and the earth belongs to Him. That is, nothing in the heavens and the earth was created by anyone other than Allah, no matter how much you worship Satan. In the end, you will get nothing. Because Satan has nothing, all of his lies are false promises. Therefore, it is your duty to make your life rules obey Him, that is, Allah. Do not obey any other Lord. People should understand the Quran and read it. This is so that they can understand the Quran in their hearts and understand its wisdom. Only then can they take a final decision. How many gods will they worship? Here I have mentioned an imaginary number for the purpose of explaining majority-minority. It may be less or more, and its absolute number is known only to Allah. And the people of our society only know the meaning of this verse of the Quran. They think that worshipping idols only involves associating other gods with Allah. They don't know anything beyond that, because people in our society read Quran without understanding. Far from thinking about the Quran, they do not know the general meaning of the Quran. Allah says that you should recite the Quran repeatedly and meditate on each verse of the Quran so that you can understand its deep meaning. The Quran was sent down so that people could memorize every verse of the Quran, purify themselves while alive in this world, and return to the next life. Change has to happen here, people. Pure people should be here. If the holy cannot be purified here, then there will be no chance after death. Why don't you earn as many millions without understanding? If you can't become pure, if you can't purify your heart, if you don't worship or work or worship only one Lord, it won't be of any use in the next life. And if you want to be pure, you must understand the Quran well. It should be understood by heart and applied in every aspect of life. People will be able to realize all this by themselves, when they can awaken the spirit of the Lord within them. Before that, the Natara will be able to perceive the real truth, or understand the words of any awakened soul. Those who consider themselves to be pure Muslims, they should ask themselves, according to the knowledge received from their family and society for so many years of life, have they ever been able to understand the mystery of Allah by worshipping? And if not, then you will understand that their whole life was in vain. Everything is going wrong. After leaving the body, there will be no chance to correct this mistake. Those who will worship correctly, they will surely understand even a little of Allah's mystery, and then the truth of God's promises in the Quran will be realized. Otherwise, no one can prove anything in this religion. It can only be felt by those who have God or who have awakened the Spirit of God within them. Remember that meaningless actions have no consequences. It applies to both the world and the hereafter. Those who reveal the truth do not do it for profit or money. No one refrains from researching and publishing the truth for fear of condemnation. Those who reveal the truth only expect results from Allah, not to any servant. People are afraid of censure only those who do not fully obey Allah. Allah says that the life and property of the believing servants is a sacrifice to Allah. So it is understood that one of the qualities of a believer is that they sacrifice their lives and wealth for Allah. Thanks for watching. Stay with us and be a part of Breaking Bias.